I feel like I'm doing something wrong. Sounded like the bottom end seizing up. This thing speeds up to speed. Whistling diesel this. This is my 1983 Toyota pickup truck that we're about to drive 1,200 miles across the country, but we have one major problem. We have no engine in it. So, to solve that issue, I got a Toyota Tacoma engine from a 2000 Toyota Tacoma, and we're about to smack this thing in there, do the whole engine swap here in the AutoZone parking lot and drive it 1,300-ish miles home. So, I guess we better get started. So there's a lot of things you got to do in order to do an engine swap, and this engine swap in particular, we have to change the transmission, the transfer case, the drive lines. I stole all the brake lines out of the truck before I parked it, so we had to put the brake lines back in it. We don't have a battery, a radiator, a fuel system. Basically, we're kind of rebuilding the whole entire drivetrain. So it's quite the task, but I do think that we're going to be up for it. First things first, I do want to get this transmission and transfer case up in here and get the transmission transfer case that's in here out of here. It's a long story. The long story short, we need this one, don't need that one. It is so dirty under here. This was my daily driver for a short while. I always neglect my daily drivers, so it's gonna be filthy. So you might be asking yourself, why the hell are we doing this? Well, we actually tried to do this in a storage unit parking lot. Let's rewind to where we actually started to get here. All right, so here's what happened. I had 2 rigs and 1 truck and trailer, and the Land Cruiser needed the most work, so it was obvious that we were gonna tow that one home. The truck just needed a new engine, but I could drive it if I swapped in the 3RZ. My only 2 options, do 2 3,000-mile round trips, or tow the Land Cruiser home and do the engine swap in the storage facility's parking lot.
What's the story of this Land Cruiser? Why do you have it?
This Land Cruiser, I bought it literally in a box of parts, like 7 boxes of parts. The frame was off, or the body was off the frame. It was in a million pieces. Bought it with another Land Cruiser that ran. I had to get it running and driving. Would have been a killer run and drive. Didn't do that. It was back before YouTube times. And anyway, bought both of them for $1,000. Sold the other one for like $1,500. So I'm in this one plus $500. It was a rust-free, dent-free Land Cruiser until we started it in gear, because it's got a 4.7 V8 swap out of a Toyota 4Runner. Whole running gear, chassis and everything. Started it in gear, drove it into my nice toolbox that almost went through my shop wall and everything, dented my nice rust-free, dent-free Land Cruiser, gave up on it, and here it sits 4 years later. If you want to see it on the channel, comment Blue Land Cruiser Revival. Oh, you know what? 25,000 likes and I'll drive it off a cliff. That'd be crazy. 25,000 likes, I'll drive this off a cliff.
I don't think they want you to do that.
Okay, 25,000 likes and I won't drive it off a cliff. My boat is tipped over and I need help!
Put your mouth on that thing?
It's been there, it's so sanitary, dude. The sun has sanitized that probably 365 times since the owner last saw his boat was upside down. Look at it. Don't judge me. My winch controller is this amazing. Not sponsored by Leatherman, but I am sponsored by Elevated Fab Works. You guys can check them out on YouTube, Instagram, merch, efwfab.com, all the places. First things first, before we get started working on this thing, it needs to look cooler than it already looks. So we're gonna throw some 33s on it, because why not? Put 33s on a truck of this stature, well, it doesn't require much, but when you use these wheels, you gotta get the cheapest eBay wheel spacers you can find so that you can clear your steering. These tires were involved in a rollover, and that's why there's grass in the bead. But obviously it didn't de-seat the bead, because there's still air in it. Yeah, pull these off of a rolled and wrecked Tacoma, because reuse, recycle, and replace everything.
Reduce.
Oh. It's reuse, recycle, replace.
Reduce, reuse, recycle.
Not in my world.
You can only reuse and recycle so many times. There's a point with all products that humans make will have to be replaced.
I think the high today was 40.
47's high.
47?
Yeah.
Everyone said that Idaho is too cold and that's why I moved away. All the comments, they're like, yep, New Mexico kid couldn't handle the weather. The low last night was 32 here. The low last night where we live was 12. Who couldn't handle what? Long story short, your boy moved to Northern Idaho for a job. Job didn't work out. I had already moved everything I own up here, including 8 vehicles total. So when I moved back to New Mexico, I could only take a few vehicles home. Left 2 of these in storage, sold a couple up here, and now we're back to rescue my pride and joy. And real quick, I'll show you why this is so important to me. I got a tattoo of this truck on my arm. I'm chalky right now. It's sad I didn't lotion. But yep, this is my favorite truck. It's one of my first trucks, and I'm coming back to rescue it and give it the life it deserves. Big old engine, big old tires, big old new life of opportunity. Looks like we're in the clear. Oh, that's so much better.
Oh yeah, plenty of room back here.
We're done, actually. We'll just roll it like this.
Roll like this.
We'll Carolina squat, added to the collection of stuff I'd never do to my truck. That is a proper Toyota pickup truck. Look at it. 33s, 15-inch wheels, all the rubber, all the sidewall, all the traction for all the shenanigans. All right, I guess it's time. Pitter patter, let's put an engine in this thing.
One more time, here we go.
All right, that's good. So we were politely asked to leave. Well, not leave, just can't do this here. So we're gonna pull the crap out of here, put the crap we need in there, and find somewhere to do this, because we have one option to get this truck home, and it's coming home with us. These are all differentials that I hoarded. And so this is looks like a V6 third member. Open differential V6 third, 456 gears. Don't ask me how I know. So we got a bunch. We got E-lockers in there, got ARD lockers in there, Detroit lockers in there. There's probably like 7 or 8 grand worth of diffs in the bed of this truck.
It's not opening on this side. It's not opening on this side. What the
Nissan
F?
owners.
What the F, man?
So now that we have everything loaded up and we've been asked politely to leave, conveniently enough, I had a tow dolly from when I brought all my crap up here. So we're gonna put this on the tow dolly and finish this dang engine swap. I want to drive this home. So I think AutoZone's the move. I mean, that's your work in your car there, right? I've seen plenty of people changing their brakes or maybe a CV axle at AutoZone. Never seen an engine hoist there, but.
Okay, one more time.
You're good.
Oh, we're good?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Okay, we're loaded up and we are headed to AutoZone. The place with the face with the help for car. That's Ace. We're not going to Ace, we're going to AutoZone. So we were gonna head straight to AutoZone, but there's a wash bay across the street from AutoZone. So why would I do this with a dirty engine bay? And now we're here, pulling drive shafts because we got kicked out. So we're gonna try and not get kicked out of this place, which is why we're probably gonna install the engine under the darkness of night so they don't get questiony when we pull out an engine hoist. Yeah. And then 4 bolts on both sides for this cross member and the transmission should come down. Oh, hey, look. I happen to found my Raycon Everyday Earbuds and they just happen to be the sponsor of today's video. So my absolute favorite part about Raycon Everyday Earbuds are their active noise cancellation because Babe!
Yeah?
Well, because, well, sometimes you have extremely noisy neighbors who don't always take into consideration when you're filming or when you're trying to listen to your favorite podcast. So another great thing about these earbuds is they have a 32-hour battery life, which is going to be great for those very long, very extended, possibly on the side of the road trips in your V8 swapped box truck. I don't think the shifter works. Best thing about these earbuds, well, one of them is they have a quick charge function. So when you're out here busting your butt and you forget to charge your earbuds the night before, you just go to your Toyota Sunraider, put your earbuds away in their super sleek, super ergonomic case, plug them in, light displays that they're charging, and in just 10 minutes, I'll have 90 more minutes of music or podcast or whatever it is you listen to. Maybe it's me on YouTube. Speaking of cases, you have a variety of cases to choose from. It's not like these aren't durable enough. They don't just pop open when you drop them on the ground, unlike some earbuds that you know just as well as I do. And they fit so nicely in your ears. So go to buyraycon.com/fabworks to get 20% off site-wide, brought to you by Raycon. All right, let's get back to AutoZone parking lot. Yep, more. That'll do for now. Sit down. And I'm less than impressed with my thoughts there. I guess we have a jack. It's a little early to get the whole jack out. When they ask, we're just gonna tell them we're doing a clutch. We accidentally took the engine out instead of the transmission, right?
Just each step, every time they come out, you're just like, oh yeah, we're just changing out the oil pan. We're just changing the clutch. We just gotta change the drive shaft real quick. We're almost done.
We'll take the big half of the jack. So it's, you can't even see it.
Right?
So I've actually never taken apart the stock interior of a four-wheel drive first gen. So we gotta figure out how to remove these shift boots so we can get the shifters out of here without hopefully tearing up the shifter boots too bad. Oh yeah. And now we can access the shifters. Smells like really old gear oil. You know what that smells like? You know it's bad. Bad. Shifter's out. Now, with all that disconnected, this will free flow out the bottom of the truck like a turd out of a donkey. Up, 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 up. All right, that'll be good enough. All right, let's take this transmission out. Down very slow. That'll do, sir. We pulled the transmission, yay! So the reason that we had to switch transmissions is because when you're doing this 3RZ swap, it's a Tacoma engine, you need to use the bell housing from the Tacoma on the transmission from a Toyota pickup. This bell housing is not removable. It's all cast iron. So we use this transmission in this transfer case. So the next step is look like drug addicts that are stealing a catalytic converter from this truck and cut the exhaust right at the catalytic converter so we can take this whole stock exhaust out, because we're gonna need a whole new exhaust system with the new 3RZ engine. I got it! The cat's right here, guys! All right, I swear this is all part of the clutch job. All right, exhaust is out. Things you need for an engine to run: fuel, spark, air. We'll start with fuel. While the transmission is out, we'll run new fuel lines, new fuel pump, and start thinking about how we're gonna route all of the necessary things. So while we are waiting for the fuel line, we are going to pull all the unnecessary stuff out of the engine bay, including, unfortunately, our power steering system, because we're not gonna have power steering with this swap, at least for right now. So they were solicited.
Yeah.
Sick. All right, and just like that, we have a power steering system that we'll use at a later date, not today. So, progress update. I'm an idiot, and I mislabeled that bell housing that I brought all the way 1,200 miles from New Mexico, and it's the wrong one, and it's the only one we have. So we were making posts on calls, on anything, on a hope and a prayer that we can get a bell housing, preferably tonight, after we sneakily poke an engine in this thing. Oh, all right, let's keep on keeping on.
I have a Toyota pickup 2-wheel drive in my backyard that's got a transmission. I don't know if that would work for you or not.
It's 22RE, right?
Yeah.
No, I need a 3RZ1.
Okay, let me call around real quick.
Thank you so much. Toyota community. See what happens. It's 5:21. I think I found out about 10 minutes ago I needed a bell housing. Let's see how long it takes. That was Ryland from O'Reilly's. He's got a sick blue 3rd gen Toyota pickup truck, very similar to one of my first trucks. Good truck. He wants a 3RZ to swap his truck. It's looking like he might have a good resource for knowledge now since he's helping me. So this is the clutch line that we'll need, and this is ultimately why I realized we have the wrong transmission. So I was getting ready to remove the old clutch line, install the new one, and everything clicked all at once and I'm an idiot. We'll get this installed, pull the old clutch line out, pull the old fuel line out to make room for our new exhaust, and get everything prepped. Still get this engine in tonight, because I'm just assuming everything's gonna work out, because if you put all that negative energy in the air, it's gonna happen. So positivity is the name of the game. So now we're gonna put some brake lines back in this thing, because I'd prefer to be able to stop, given the need. I wonder what the hell is going on here. Missing a brake line. We got one going here, one going down. These are the wrong brake lines for this truck. I'll tell you that right now. We're good. Bueno, this is the other brake line. That checks out. Brake lines aren't light stuff. It's gonna work. Okay, so we just gotta move all these brake lines around, kind of bend them all sorts of funky ways without jeopardizing their structural integrity. Felt a buzz. No luck yet. I'm looking around for you. You're the best. Thanks, buddy. I've been in better and worse situations. It just is what it is at this point. So we need to get the fuel system ready for work. Fuel line. We're gonna get this fuel system going, because I don't know what else to do, because I'm at a loss, because I forgot my bell housing. I felt a buzz. Think it was someone that has a bell housing? I don't know. But in the meantime, we're almost where we need to put the fuel pump on the frame rail. Once we have fuel pump where we want it, we'll zip tie it up there, some AN line ran to it, be a good day. If you come up to the bed of this truck, you're like, what in the crackhead? I swear I know what I'm doing. I swear. Oh man, what have I gotten myself into? I have a shop. How can we do it? It's just, I guess, for showing. You don't need a shop, you just need determination, stupidity, and a good community of Toyota lovers to do anything you want with Toyota, and an AutoZone parking lot. I guess. I'm gonna leave the keys in it. It's free. AutoZone, Sandpoint, Idaho. You find it, it's yours. Just kidding, it's not here anymore. It's in my garage or shop, or what do you call what I work in every day? Is it a garage or a shop? Comment below. 3,000 square feet, has a 2-post lift, and could be used for industrial use, but I use it for my personal garage. So is it a shop or garage? Let me know. What? AutoZone shuts their lights off at night. There's this light pole that you can't even see, because we don't have no light out here to show you, was on. Now it's off. So we gotta do this in the dark, like real dark. And we did get a text just now. Turns out he has a trans, T-case, and engine that he's trying to sell, but you only need the bell housing, right? And he says, yes, I only need the bell housing. And yes, he has everything that he's trying to sell. $400 for the trans as a whole here in Sandpoint. I have no need for a transmission. I can replace it. I can ship it back. Okay. Man, that kind of sucks. This was gonna be such a cool picture with the AutoZone light, and they just shut my light off.
We're gonna ship has just started.
Come on.
Okay, we're over
Keep pulling.
We're over the tipping point.
Don't let it fall on me, please.
And here it comes.
Yay! We started our engine swap. Oh no! Yo, I think we have a bell housing. He says he thinks he can make it all happen. So I'm just gonna finish putting this engine in real quick and I guess hope and pray. Like, it is what it is at this point. I'm here to do it. I'm not a quitter. Mama didn't raise no quitter. I did quit smoking cigarettes when I was 21 though. If you smoke cigarettes, quit that though. Got a little light, maybe. Dude, come on. Yeah. We dented the whole thing. Maybe but it's kind of sad. Oh, we don't have a drain plug. We'll buy one. We're at AutoZone. I feel like I'm doing something wrong, even though it's not that wrong. I have fans. I got 3 of them. They said hi. So this is new. In the back. This is just going swimming.
Got plenty of room. Is it too simple or something?
It's like the engine block is too narrow. We're good. Just go down. We're done. We're going home. It's drivable. And we found a bell housing and the engine installed. Dude, look at that. I love 3RZ. It's all sideways. People are like, yo, you put your engine in wrong. I'm like, don't even at me right now, right? Good stuff. All right, hood on, home we go. Now they can't even say we did an engine swap here. They have no proof.
Except for that camera.
And that camera and that camera. But hey, and this one. Night. See you tomorrow. We are here at the Dirt Tourist, and this is Grafton, the owner, and holy cow, this dude came through. We got a bell housing, clutch fork, everything we needed. He has a sick business, mainly Toyotas, automotive. What do you do here?
Yeah, we work on Toyotas, 4-wheel drives. We're also a dealership, so buy and sell Toyota 4-wheel drives. Lots of Land Cruisers. I'm a big Land Cruiser
Imports?
guy. So imports, but I mean, mostly everything's 4-wheel drive.
And we're
but
here in
some two-wheel drive
Sandpoint,
stuff.
Idaho. So this is a great place for in the PNW to come bring your Toyota for all the service, upgrades, buy a Toyota, maybe sell him a Toyota. I bet if it's a good deal, he'll buy your Toyota too.
That's for sure.
So let's walk around and see what you got in the shop,
Yeah,
dude.
we got a 100 series, doing a timing belt on, getting it ready to list.
Sick.
We got, this was a trade-in today, double cab long box Tacoma.
What'd you sell for this?
A Tundra, an 09 Rock Warrior.
Sweet.
It was a pretty sweet truck.
Awesome.
So, this one's not as cool yet, but it will be. Yeah. And then HJ61, Pride and Joy.
This thing's
With a Camp Tech, we sent it down to Grand Junction and had Eric Camp Tech cut off the roof and do the whole conversion for us.
So I had a big plan to do this like 8 years ago.
Yeah.
And I saw Camtech and I got all discouraged. I was like, why even spend all the time building it if I could just...
No, he's already got it pretty dialed.
Exactly.
So, yeah, it went on a truck, and for about a week I didn't hear from him, and then I got photos one morning of just my truck in the desert with a pop top.
Sick.
So, yeah.
And this thing's clean. So it's the, what is it? It's the 61 series?
It's an HJ61.
HJ61,
yeah,
so it's got 5
12
speed?
HT, H55 5-speed. It's pretty rare. It's a 1 year only that you could get circle headlights in an 87 with a turbo diesel with left-hand drive, because they made turbo diesels with circle headlights that
You
were
sound
right-hand
like
drive.
a Corvette guy just a little bit.
I know, right? I swear, it's a one of one. No, it's a pretty special bird.
This is awesome,
Land
dude.
Cruiser guys kind of know, you know.
I saw left-hand drive and I was immediately like, that's a sick truck. Well, it's super, super awesome. This guy had a bell housing, got it, pulled, had it. I mean, we'll throw up a picture that he sent us this morning. Like, he had a SkyTrack, a body off a truck, and I mean, he had to pull this thing out from in between an engine and a transmission for us.
Yeah.
So to say that we're thankful is an understatement.
Yeah. No
So,
worries, man.
I appreciate
Happy
it
to
so
help you.
much, dude. And
Yeah.
this is a sick spot you got here.
Yeah, thank you
for showing us around, and thank you for the bell housing, dude. I
Of course.
appreciate it.
Happy to help.
Yeah, this is all because of Dirthead Dave from the Dirthead Shed on YouTube. You should go check him out. He's the one who rescued us. We wouldn't be here without him. So thank you, Dave, for giving me dang it, I already forgot his name. Grafton. Yeah, Grafton. Thanks, buddy. Thanks, Dave. Appreciate you guys. Off-road community up here. Money. Now that we have the bell housing, let's get this clutch done. So what we have here is an amazing package from our boys at LC Engineering. Brand new OEM flywheel bolts, got header, we got all the stuff to install it, flanges, exhaust gaskets, all that good stuff. We have a sick lightweight flywheel. They machine these in-house. Then we have a full stage 3 clutch from them. Throwout bearing, pilot bearing, alignment tool. LC Engineering has always been a supporter of us and the channel, so you should go check them out. Link in the description of them below. Yeah, let's go ahead and get all of this stuff installed, throw all these boxes away and make some room in the truck. We actually bought a loaf of bread at freaking Walmart last night. And by the way, if you're curious, you can still get a loaf of bread for about $1. It's $1.20, $1.22 after tax here in Idaho, which is pretty surprising for me. Oh, we got a burnout! Whoa! Just did the sickest little Brody. Just spun them tires in that Dodge. He's going to O'Reilly's. What? Man, we should be partying at O'Reilly's. Come on, AutoZone, stick the game up. Bread. Hang on. All right. So if you don't know the bread trick, you get bread, push it through the pilot bearing. This is your pilot bearing. It's stuck in the back of your engine. You push it through this hole. You keep pushing, and eventually the pressure pushes it out. And yeah, that's it. Pilot bearing remover, loaf of bread. So you start by just shoving the bread in the hole. And you just fill the hole full of bread, and eventually it gets tight and you keep filling the hole. Fun fact, Toyota bell housing bolts are the exact size you need to fill this hole. And if you're hungry, you have a loaf of bread so you can eat some. This will be the one. So now you pull all the bread out of there and you have a happy day. New pilot bearing goes in. Set the new unit a little roughly there. Be nice to it. Ah, there's my thumb. Happy days. And that's how you replace pilot bearing with a loaf of bread. And we will get the rest of this clutch on. Yeehaw! Before we put the flywheel on, I want to make sure we get the little shim on here correctly. Just like that. Now the flywheel goes on. Start torquing these bad boys down. Flywheel side, don't put these on backwards. I don't know what would happen. Truck would probably just explode. Well, I'm sure there's a torque spec for this. We're using good and tight. And now we're done here. All right, the clutch is now finished, so we can move on to all the other stuff. I think I want to start by getting the fuel system wiring and everything in the bay done. Everything I might need to route under here before we shove the transmission up in there and put it right in our way. So we have a filter that we need to put in line. We have a pump. We need to make some AN lines. So first things first, we'll run AN line from the fuel rail to the filter, AN line from the filter to the pump, and a normal line from the pump to the tank, and then we should have a high pressure fuel system. The return is a lot easier. All we have to do is go to here, from over here, so we'll run a long fuel line all the way around. That'll be done, and our fuel intake and return is completed, and this thing should have fuel, in theory. Yay for filters. Now that we've got the fuel filter in there, we're gonna go ahead and take this AN line and make some AN line. Bada bing, bada boom. And we have our first fuel line. How neat. See if it works. Hooray! Yay! It works, yay! All right, before we get these fuel lines in the way, we're gonna get all of these cooling lines back here kind of sorted and where we want and what we want with them. I'm not sure what happened, but we don't have the exact perfect cooling lines to make all this heater situation work. So we're gonna take out the heater valve. All this does is either shut off or let coolant pass through the heater core. We do want coolant passing through the heater core because it's cold outside. So we're just gonna run coolant straight from the engine into the heater core and out of the heater core back into the engine without this valve. This valve stops that coolant. So we're just gonna delete the valve because everything will work if we just get the valve out of our way. We'll put the valve back in at a later date, but for today, we're just trying to drive this thing across the country and have a good time. We can do that if we're a little warm. Not cold though. Cold sucks. We don't need this where we're going. All right, now this just slides perfectly on like that. Just like that, we should have a cooling system and a heating system, maybe. Hopefully they work. It's an AutoZone parking lot job, okay? Give me a break. Takes me a minute, man. Final fuel line is halfway done. We have it hooked up to the fuel filter. We're gonna run this entire roll down here. Kind of a 17 zip tie situation. You get this mount from efwfab.com. You buy a hat, a shirt, and a sticker pack, and you write in the description that you would like a custom fuel pump mount, and I'll send it to you. Please don't. So we are now going to run the return. Looks like we have just enough. Solid axle, 3.4. Thing's pretty built. It's a solid axle 3.4 second gen 4Runner. Looks to be on 37s, Toyota axles, crossover steering. By the sounds of it, 488s, 529s, definitely locked front and rear. Solid rig there, solid rig. Could be improved. Could get some coilovers on there, could get a cage in there, but overall, I'll give it a 8.3 out of 10. Good job. Yeah, that's a 3.4 for sure. Smooth running 3.4. A little bit of a valve tick will be good. Let's think about wiring for a minute. It's gonna be like a come and go thing, but I think we'll try and start the wiring fiasco that is. So in the past, for the wiring, I've always used what's called an adapter harness with the factory engine harness for a 3RZ. We actually have the factory harness in the bed here. This time, we were fortunate enough to work with Offroad Solutions, who is a Toyota specific wiring specialty company, and we got an entire harness. So this is a brand new engine harness, the adapter harness, every single wire to make this thing run in this truck is laid out right here. So all we have to do is read these, check engine light, diagnostic scanner, start, ignition on. Like, it's literally dumb proof. It's just all here. And if you need extra help, they send you an entire instruction manual. I've done like a dozen of these, so I probably won't need it. I probably will still reference it, but I have wired 2 engine swaps in my whole life, and they were both nightmares. This time, and every time that I've used these, I have a question, I call them, I have my answer and solution in like 10 or 15 minutes every time. So, that being said, I don't think it's worth it 95% of the time to build your own harness, unless you're a slop, you wanna get it done really fast, and you don't really care about the quality, you're all about making it run. Build your harness, or try if you wanna try. But if you want my opinion, buy an adapter harness, LS swap, whatever swap you're doing, just buy the harness. Wiring's not worth your time, in my opinion. Now, let's get this beautiful piece of art installed. What I want in the future. So a bunch of modules, you plug them in everywhere, it's all Bluetooth, it all communicates, and you can get rid of all wires. As nice as this wiring harness is, imagine if this engine had no wires. It looks so sick.
The only wires should be power.
Check out, not even that, dude, Bluetooth. We can charge our phones through the air. I can send you 100 photos of my wiener through the air, but we can't get some crank signal through the air? This is, come on. Come on.
They'll soon all coincide.
We're at a point where I can stop for a minute. We're gonna go ahead and try and get this transmission in. We're gonna get Grafton's bell housing on our transmission get everything stabbed, and hopefully, if I remember right, the stock crossmember will work. It's a big, long story on these Toyota engine swaps, but moral of the story is kind of have the wrong crossmember. But we're gonna see if we can make it work. We might just weld it or self-tapper it. It's good to go. So that's where we're headed to next.
I'm just here to watch.
How convenient. Ta-da! That's how you don't screw things up. Second time. It's hard for me to believe that this is what we have going on in the AutoZone parking lot, and no one has been like, the hell are you doing? Look, the transmission sitting beside the truck with the transmission in the bed of the truck. No hood on the truck. We've been here for 2 days now. I love America. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, it's because we're in the really, really ugly metal looking things part of the country. Yeah, I'm gonna go buy some grease to grease up this shaft.
You can get it so it'll slide in nice and smooth.
Yeah, you don't want no jagged
shaftage,
you know?
Nobody wants it in
sideways or dry or rough or grainy or gritty. Yeah, so we'll go ahead and clean it off with some brake clean and massage it with some lubrication. Put it on. I'm buying this grease, and she says, "Was that your whole transmission I saw on the ground out there?" I said, "Me? No, never." And just like that, we're just about ready to put this thing in. Let's do it. Ready, Nick? I got this.
Got it.
Baby. Lower down. Okay, hang on. I'll move it back just a little bit. All right there. That's where I want to be now. Forward. Forward. All right, right there. Up. This jack probably not gonna be tall enough. All right, now hang on.
Like you're not supposed to do?
Yeah. And yeah, looks like it's gonna work. We have a motion. Woo! Woohoo!
Yep, you're in it. You're maxed. You're in the floorboard.
What?
You're in the floorboard.
What?
Right there, the transfer case.
We're not touching the mount yet, my friend.
I see that.
That's an issue. So for the transmission crossmember, it bolted to the transmission, and it used to bolt to the frame, but it used to bolt to the frame in about, I don't know, 4 inches more forward. You can see the tabs for it here, and now we're back here. So what we're gonna do is drill a hole here and use some washers that we bought inside, well, AutoZone, and we're gonna space it out, because right now we're touching the floorboard with the transmission. So we need to space the transmission down, and those 2 bolts will be enough to hold it while we finish the swap, and it's probably enough to make it all the way home, but I don't wanna risk that. So we're gonna find someone with a welder, weld a tab on for this 1 bolt hole here, and between this bolt hole and a new tab, we'll be good to go all the way home. And when we get home, I'll more than likely build a fully custom crossmember that utilizes these 4 bolt holes that are already here, instead of trying to use this stock crossmember. Dude, you know, I'm not hating on Harbor Freight. They're nice, affordable drill bits, but would it kill you to put the little 3 notches so your drill can actually grab onto it? All right, let's see if this works. Some washers. Nice. That's like me at the dinner table with food in my mouth. That much makes it in my mouth, that much makes it all over me. So this mount is probably just a little bit cross-threaded, but that just means Loctite. All right, transmission is about to be on the way to the truck. 3, 2, 1, go. Look at that. Look at that. We have a freaking transmission. Hell yeah, brother. Shifters are lined up. Look at that. We're good. we're good to go. We wanted a forward shift anyway. So now to just button every single thing up. No big deal. So I was looking around, and you want to see how aftermarket this AC install is? They just like smashed a screwdriver through the firewall, and that's the drip for the AC system. These hoses, there's no connection at the firewall. There's just holes through the firewall, and the hoses run long. But man, they made it one hell of a thing to service. All right, so we're gonna be testing drive shafts. It's just no slip. It's a slipless joint. Dude.
Yeah.
All right, this is the struggle. I try and get you guys quality audio, and every single thing that I work with tries to steal the audio. Hey, look, this is what it sounds like without the mic. And now we're back to mic. I mean, give me a hell yeah if that's what you want to hear. Hell yeah. Oh no. Too long. You want to bring me that other long one? Make it as short as possible. You're gonna have to beat that thing. Yep. Okay. This one's close, but this one's definitely still too long. So this is a tube that can be shortened. So we need to take 1.5 inches out of this drive shaft, and then we'll have a good drive shaft. We're gonna cut this thing. We're gonna lube it up, cut it up. Ooh, when was the last time y'all heard a Hawk Tua joke? It's been a minute, don't even lie to me. Cool, so what we're gonna do is pull this apart. Try not to unphase it, okay? Truth. Oh! We got another inch, dude. That's what every woman ever wants, is just one more inch. We lost an inch. Sorry, women. All right, this should fit. This will be a huge W for the day. Oh! We even have a like 1/2 inch of slip. Let's do it. All right. This solidifies it. So we just need to button everything up and start it and see if it drives. Day 3, and hopefully the final day in this AutoZone parking lot. So what we need to do is get this thing running. That's my primary focus this morning. Once it's running, obviously all we need to do is get it driving, and we can drive it the hell out of this parking lot. Let's get after it. Last night, while it was dark, I got a lot of the wiring done. Didn't quite finish all of it, but we got a ton of it routed, and we're a lot closer to where we need to be. Found the Sharpie for the list. Sick. I was just trying to write a cardboard list like every good mechanic should, and I lost my free Sharpie. Hood. First thing you do with any list, you make something, you cross it off, because you just got it done. So here's our ECU. Good old $300 unit. If you have an old Toyota truck, don't scrap it. The ECU and wiring harness are probably worth a lot. This goes right here. And for this trip, it's just gonna get set on the floorboard. When we get back, I'll mount it properly, but I don't have the means to do that. And 95% of America would never mount it properly. They would just call a floorboard good. We have power, look at that. Almost out of gas. Oh, I guess it wouldn't make it start because the start isn't ready yet. Yep. I'm not sure what's going on, but I've been hooked. There's a fishing hook. I don't fish, by the way. I do no fishing, but apparently, maybe this is a sign. This is a 3-barb, man. It's in there. Well, watch out, kids. When you're doing engine swaps, you might get got. Okay, these 4 have constant power. And on is black and yellow. Start is black and white. Now, maybe, if we did this right, the truck should trigger the starter. We don't have a starter cable because we brought the wrong wire, but we'll go get more wire if this works. See if this thing wants to crank over, put some oil in it, do the things. Come on, be nice to me. Hear that? It's a starter relay. Cool. So it's trying, which is great. If we had power to the starter, it would probably turn over. We'll take the cluster out, get behind the cluster and get to the wiring back there so we can find this wire. Yellow-green wire, I found it. All right, now we should have everything tapped. Plug this back in, put the cluster back. And if you guys didn't know, this 3RZ is basically the K series from Honda's. It's good for a lot of power. It's fairly light, super robust. So that's why we chose this engine. Great engine, I love it. Got them on a bunch of my rigs. So also look at this minty OEM freaking stereo. Look at that, it moves, the thing. And this one, well, does volume things. So in theory, we have all the wires we need to start this thing and run this thing. The rest of this can just kind of chill and look like a total crap show. It's day 3, we gotta get on the road. I thought I was gonna get this done in 2 hours. Way behind schedule. Anyone has a brown steering wheel cover for a non-tilt steering column, let me know. Put it in the comments, email me, something. Before we forget, we're gonna put the oil plug in, put some oil in the engine, and I guess go buy some gear oil for the transmission and transfer case, because it would be a real shame to start driving without any oil in these. Drain plug is in, let's fill her up with oil. You know they gave me a funnel when I bought that oil pan? And now you know, if you cut up a gallon oil jug, most times it screws into your oil cap. There goes the manager. She's like, is that your transmission on the ground? I was all, nah, it's my friend's. Don't worry about it. All right, oil in, can't forget to put it in. So this is our header. This is from LC Engineering, and it is specifically designed for swapping this engine into this chassis. So that is where we have a benefit. Otherwise, we would have probably had to do a little bit more custom work. We could have put a normal stock header on, but it would be even more of a header dump. Should give us a little bit more power if and when we put a power adder like a turbo or a supercharger on it. But when you buy this street header kit from LC Engineering, they include every gasket you need. You can get the exhaust studs. We've got flanges for O2 sensors, and then flanges to weld the rest of your exhaust onto the end of it. So let's get some gloves on so we don't dirty up these beautiful headers, get them installed. And not scratch them. Oh, come on, there we go. Yeah, look at that, boys. We have headers.
You didn't need like a gasket on it?
Well, as a matter of fact, LC sends you the perfect gasket that you do indeed need. All right, just like that, the headers are installed and tight. Do a burnout! No burnout. Do a burnout! Do a burnout! Come on! He's gonna do it. Feel it in my bones. He's gonna do a burnout. We'll get lots of exhaust today. We'll see who has enough power to actually break the tires loose. All right, we are getting very dangerously close to actually seeing this thing runs. So we're gonna go ahead and throw close to a gallon of gear oil in the transmission. You know what?
You just know how much you need?
It's 3 to 4 quarts. So I'm gonna put 4 in. Oh! Ah! Ah! All right, we got a spill already. These are 1.5-year old honey buns. You want one?
Is there like an expiration date on them?
Yeah. July 10th of 23.
23. Oh my god. Oh wow. Oh, it's like a cookie. I like. Watch. Just snaps.
You gonna eat one?
God no.
I'll take a bite if you take a bite.
No, nope.
Why? Bacteria has come and gone.
I'm not worried about that. I don't need to torture myself or my taste buds.
Let's put an intake on this thing. All right. Guess there's nothing left to it. what to do it. See what the first crank and the first start on this thing may or may not do. I'm nervous, I ain't gonna lie. All right, it cranks. That's huge. That's actually huge. Do we have any sort of fuel pressure or leaks of fuel? I'm seeing a few leaks there. I don't know if there's how much gas is in it. Is there any gas in it? I'm like nervous. I'm really nervous. When in doubt, brake clean it out.
Did a little
Yeah, what is that? That's scary. See if we have any fuel. All right, that's fuel. So the fuel pump is working. So now I guess we test for spark. Coil packs are securely plugged in. Let's coil number 2, coil number 1. I'm gonna change these around. Maybe I somehow got these backwards. Pretty scared right now. I didn't like that. Like, it sounded like the bottom end seizing up. What it sounded to me. To me, it sounded like there was some resistance in the cranking.
Sounded noise.
We did it! I engine stopped my truck in AutoZone's parking lot. Beat that! Tell me you can't do something. Anything's possible. Put your mind to it. Get a couple tools, get a couple buddies, drive across the country, do cool stuff. I'm gonna wrap this thing up. Yeah! 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 Oh, I'm like shaking, dude. That scared me so bad when I thought the bottom. I thought this engine, long story short, was in my Toyota Sunraider when I thought I blew this engine up. It was supercharged. I was driving back from California to New Mexico, and in Nevada, it started detonating. And if you don't know what detonating is, it was pinging, basically knocking, because the muffler had broken. Like all of the muffler innards had clogged the end of the muffler, so there was a bunch of heat, residual heat, and long story short, I thought this engine was toast. I never ran it after that, so I had no clue if this engine was good or not. We were really rolling the dice on this one, and it runs. I don't know how the engine itself sounds, but the exhaust noises sound decent. Yeah! Woo! Let's get right here in this thing, get some cooling in this thing. That is obnoxiously loud. This is freaking awesome. This is seriously, guys, just do it. Just go have fun with your buddies. Go build the car, go take the trip, do the thing. Doesn't matter if you're not doing an engine swap in a parking lot. Go on a road trip, go do something. This is so awesome. Been having so much fun. I'm so excited. The emotional roller coaster that I just went through in the last 5 minutes was crazy. I feel like I'm on a little bit of a life high right now, but we're good. Let's get it right here in this dang thing. Yeah! Upcut it. It's in. I mean, we're not like completely done with all the obstacles. This radiator hose is rubbing on stuff. All All right, those are awful, but it should work for now. Look at all those fins I just bent on my radiator. Sick. It's okay. You know, hey, fun fact for you YouTubers, 99 out of 100 times you can get an all aluminum 3-core radiator on eBay for the same price or cheaper than you can get a parts store radiator. Now, I'm not like saying don't buy parts store things, but 3-core aluminum radiators look cool and they cool way better than these plastic core radiators. So do with that information what you will. If I would have planned this better, I would have definitely brought a radiator with me, but I'm bad at planning, but I'm good at doing stuff. Pretty good at doing things. That's it. It runs, it drives, it stops, and it shifts. I think if I look at everything and it's all good, we're actually kind of ready to wrap it up here. Ah, cool. I mean, once I look at everything, we're ready to wrap it up. That's one of the things I need to look at, all right? And I know it's supposed to be red. They didn't have any Toyota coolant. So right now we are just losing coolant out of the back of the engine. I'm not sure where, why, how. Okay, that's not good. It's like it's just coming out of this thing on the back of the block. Can we get a 12mm wrench? That's tight, that's not good.
So what's leaking?
The rear cylinder head coolant passage for the heater core has come unpress fit from its press fit situation. So we're gonna try and re-press fit it. All right, I hit it with a hammer. It's like most things with a mechanic. If you hit it with a hammer enough times, it should work, right? Right? All right, everyone stand back. Cool, we're gonna assume that this is gonna work great. My little brother, Nicholas, Redline Ranch, has done a lot of 3RZ stuff just like me, and he's had this exact issue, so we'll see what happens. All right, so update, fix the thing, I think, we hope. We're gonna go to the storage unit, we're gonna have everything strapped down on the trailer, and hopefully this will make us to Spokane to our buddy's house. You guys may know this guy, and we're gonna go try and weld up 2 more mounts to the transmission, so we have a total of 4 bolts, get an exhaust on this thing, so maybe I'm not deaf by the time I get home, and have a good time there tonight. Tomorrow morning, we'll get on the road, headed to south, to a new destination. Not home yet. See, first time since the swap. Mint. It's quieter in here than it is out there. This thing is so much faster than it used to be. This thing actually scoots. This thing's gonna be awesome the day that we put forced induction on it. I am so excited. It's kind of fast. I think we fixed that dumb leak. All right. So funny. You probably couldn't see it, but when we were on the road, that one that I just was doing pulls on, it was a really dusty road, and every time I floored it, it like is pointing right at the ground, so it looked like I was just, I don't know, making a cloud of smoke, but it was all just dust, I hope. All right, it's time for stage 2. Get all this crap back to New Mexico. Dude! Bro!
Where'd that come from?
Bro, the store! 1, 2, 1, 2.
It's not in time lapse, it's actual video right now.
Oh, no! Headlights?
Yep.
Let's do this. Going to Spokane, Washington, or Coeur d'Alene, Idaho. West. Haven't got an address yet, but we're on the way. So filthy.
Same.
Well, some of you may have guessed it. We're here at Will's Bum Motorsports. Right here in the description. This dude has obviously had a huge history similar to me, and I'm here to weld up an exhaust so that I can quit wearing earplugs. Well, I'll probably still wear earplugs, but so I can at least maybe not go deaf on the drive home.
I could hear this man from a mile away. Literally.
So bad. So I appreciate the hell out of it, Will, and it's
Absolutely.
nice to finally, come and see the
Simple
massive
about.
shop that you have here. It's just unruly how big it is. So I'll just give it to you guys, along with like 3 flap wheels and 5 cutoff wheels.
Oh, yeah.
Brand new. They have been using the same flap wheel since they started Bum. It is not a flap wheel. Look at this
Oh, it
thing.
still works.
It still works.
No, dude, you
It's
gotta
a rubbing wheel.
You need to hang it on the wall, and like this is our first dollar.
We still do. We hang it on the wall, but we use it.
No, it's retired. After
We're
this,
using
okay? No, I'm not leaving you with 3 unless you retire.
It's gonna be hard, but okay.
All right. I'll show you.
We'll hang it up.
All right, fire that bag roll up. Put it neutral.
I don't know how to work a
Shove it in
manual.
gear.
You what?
That was a joke.
I'll put it up on the chair. Oh my gosh, that is so loud. That's psychotic. I can feel it like in my rib cage.
All right, let's try and tone that down about 12 notches. By the way, not only is this guy, Will, amazing dude, letting us use his shop, it's like 8 o'clock and he showed up to let us use his shop. So, absolute legend. This guy is the closest known human being who has a shop to Sandpoint that I know that's my friend that can help us. So, thanks, Will.
Absolutely.
Woo! Woo! It's a little big. 4 inches.
Do I have the product for you?
Oh god.
This is my favorite tool in the whole shop.
Is that your only cutoff wheel too?
No, we have other grinders, but this thing speeds up to speeds that you wouldn't believe. And it has this lock, so you can just
lock
turn
it
it on
on.
and hold it.
That's the most dangerous thing I've ever heard. All right, I'll give it a go.
Yeah.
Craftsman from the late 90s.
Yeah, I want you to.
This is older than you guys.
I'm pretty sure my grandpa bought that at Sears.
Is this your socket set?
Yeah.
Like this is all of it?
And they're not actually in the right like measurements. Like that's like a 21 and a 6, you know, that kind of vibe.
This is pretty much all you need though, right?
Yeah.
No. 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 We're gonna have weekly Zoom meetings about organization and tool priority, okay? Are we gonna end up leaving them with the whole toolkit too? This is bad. Like, this is bad. You're gonna go.
That's
All right. Wow.
Isn't that pretty sick?
Dude, that's a pretty big whip. All right, let's see if we can weld this. So are we doing straight back? Are we gonna like maybe go in a little bit?
Listen here, what if we do straight up, like way tall?
Like this?
Yeah.
Okay. And then
Yeah, then back down. And then back up. That would be
I got one more.
Oh yeah, I never seen an exhaust like this. That is pretty.
Wait, let's start it.
Yeah, let's do it now.
Oh, wow.
That's W bike.
It's so much quieter though. As much as I'd love to do something ridiculous, I have to drive this. So I think we're just gonna settle. I'm gonna cut this off. Maybe I'll cut it here so it looks a lot like cool. You know how I like that. Do you have safety glasses?
I don't.
No, I'm done asking for things here. I'm just gonna start shipping stuff. I wish I had add to cart, send to Buck.
I don't know.
Grinder, this is so sketchy. You're like,
Understand why you
That's it. Oh yeah. You should come over more often.
is there anything else I can give these guys? They need it all. Oh, actually though. Here.
No, we can't take your tools. We
No,
can't.
I have two of these. And my
Oh,
full.
anyway.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this is awesome. Thank you, Will, so much. Taylor?
Thanks.
Hell,
Nice meeting you, bro.
absolutely.
I gotta get a workaround.
Good to meet you.
Not a lot of space.
Oh, by the way, Matt Spears, he does really cool motorcycle stuff. You guys should check out his channel.
Oh, thank you.
What's the channel?
It's just Matt. That's the channel.
So check it out. He does a lot of crazy motorcycle stuff. What are you working on right now?
I want your fabrication skills.
I'll help.
If I could just.
So what are you working on right now?
Right now, I'm building a Ducati V4.
Wow.
Yeah, a pretty 2024 Ducati V4. Couple hundred horsepower, pretty stoked.
Couple hundred horsepower between your legs.
400 pounds.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I thought this was fast.
Yeah.
Wow, what a way to start the morning. And the truck won't start now.
I didn't even get that on camera. I thought you were just gonna like park it and you just went straight into this snow pile.
I thought it was gonna work. Like, I don't. And the day that I said I wasn't gonna work on cars commences.
It was working just fine a second ago.
I mean, if a little bump like that meant die, probably wasn't the best thing. You're welcome. Look how beautiful. We made it like 180 miles total or something, 160.
Last night.
We moved. This thing, basically good. I think we're just gonna make it all the way. No issues, as long as I don't hit stuff and break more mud flaps. Oh no. Oh my god. Oh damn, that sucks. Well, always check your loads, kids. 1, 2, 3. Talk about a project motivation killer. Rust-free, dent-free till I get my hands on it. How was the original Toyota windshield? That thing lasted 40 years until I got my hands on it. Welcome to Montana. So we made it here. So I guess it's time to hear the story on this. Bought it, I think I told him maybe. I bought it 5 years, 6 years ago. Rust-free, dent-free, cab off the frame. And it was in beautiful condition. Rust-free, dent-free. It was completely taken apart. I started putting it back together, put it on a V8 400 chassis. Got it running and driving, accidentally drove it into my shop wall, starting it in gear with, thought it was in park or neutral, it was in drive. Drove right into my shop wall, biggest shop incident I've ever had, and that fender and a little bit got dented, and I lost motivation on the project. But I just found motivation to get this project started again, and I think it's all gone yet again. It is what it is. We'll see how it does. Yeah, listen, diesel this. We are here at 218 Auto, and we have made it to the Salt Lake City area. The truck is running great, and these guys are gonna be so gracious and let us weld on 2 extra transmission cross-member bolts, because the 2 we have probably aren't up for the task that we have planned. So thank you so much for letting us in here. Get over here, Ricky. Come on.
Oh, yeah.
So this is Ricky, and this is Mark at 218 Auto. They specialize in German cars. They're crazy. They love them. Humvees, full restoration. What do you do here?
We nailed it.
You nailed it? That's it?
Yeah.
Anything else? Anything you want to add to that?
We just want to fix cars.
Yeah, that's all we want to do.
If you got an Audi, Porsche, Volkswagen, Lamborghini,
Any car you really don't want to work
got a
on,
Toyota
bring it here. Yeah.
if you got an 83 Toyota pickup, bring it down. Yeah. We won't do as good a job as Patrick, but we'll try. We got some.
Come on, man. Come on, man. Come on. Well, anyway, thank you guys so much for giving me the shop space and let us work here.
Yeah, dude. Anytime.
They gave me this grinder to use, and it's got this thing. If I turn it on, I don't understand. I'm supposed to cut myself when I.
Whoa,
I know. It's so weird.
that is amazing.
I've never. Amazing. It is. It'll work. Thank you guys so much. I'm gonna fix this for you guys, and you'll get. They're gracious enough to give us some scraps, so we're gonna cut this up. We're just gonna make a little bracket that comes off the frame, comes out like that, and catches this, so we can put 1 extra bolt in it, because we have some things planned today that we may need an extra bolt for. So we better get after it, because we have a big day ahead of us. Ready? This one's. Beautiful. And I know before anyone says anything, I know that this isn't the most strong thing in the world. But with how close we are to this bend, it's not gonna yank off too bad. Let these cool down, get some holes drilled in them, clean up the frame. Most expensive drill I've ever used. Boom. That's the bracket. Weld it on there, drill a hole, bolts it together. We have 2 bolts. We did it. We have transmission cross-member bolts. The boys here took care of us.
I'm still getting used to this grill. It cooks pretty fast. I don't have plates, so get some cereal bowls.
I swear to God, if you drop that.
I don't know how much better it gets. Steak and bacon. Funny. Shake and bake, baby. Shake and bake. All right, guys. We have done what we need to do here at 218 Auto. Mark, Ricky, these guys have been awesome. We stayed at Mark's place last night. Ricky has helped us all day. It's just, I can't say enough. So we're gonna get out of here. We're gonna keep on our road trip. So once again, 218 Auto, Instagram, Facebook, give them a like, give them a follow, do the thing. And thank you guys.
Thank you, bro.
Seriously.
Good luck.
Welcome, man.
This is not the first time we've been here fixing some POS that we're driving across the country. So and I'm sure it won't be the last. So all right, we're gonna get on our way. So thank you guys so much.
Welcome, brother.
Appreciate it. now, we start the second part of this build. Let's go.